Alrighty, hello everyone. We want to welcome you all back to the Fireweed Inn and Tavern. I'm your host Soren, and we have a guest co-host today. Everyone, please welcome JuniorMonk to the halftime crew. So this is our show within a show, and we appreciate you all joining us. Today we will be continuing our new interview segment, but before we do, we'd like to give a shout out to some talented artists. So as you may have already noticed, we have some beautiful artwork hanging in our tavern, courtesy of Pukwudgie and Soft Brambles. You will also notice the many legendary memes created by our amazing viewers like Aiko, Boop the Raccoon, and Mr. Mini Mopsy. If you are an artist and you create fan art or a legendary meme, we would love to see it. If you're visiting our gaming-related Discord, you may post your artwork in the community art channel and your top-tier memes in the Memes Are Us channel. And for those not using Discord, you can share your artwork by tagging us on Twitter and TikTok. For formatting purposes, landscape orientation is preferred, but it is not required. And if you do share your fabulous art, it may be featured in a future episode of Gaming Related. So, let's
I'm here.
see. Monk, you are back from your amazing trip.
I took a walk around town.
You took a walk? You took a run?
I did.
All right.
Hi, Soren. How are you?
Hello. I'm doing well. How are you?
I am great. I'm really happy with the way the first half went, and I love all the shenanigans.
Amazing. Me too. I mean, I'm always down for shenanigans. You know me. So I'm going to go over a couple things really quick before we hop into this interview with JuniorMonk. So in the past, we've been answering some D&D related questions with our expert knowledge, of course. But today we're going to be continuing on our new series. For our halftime show in the coming weeks, I will be interviewing a lovely member of our cast and crew. And before we get started, a quick reminder to those hanging out with us for the halftime show. You are more than welcome to send in questions for our guests to answer using your channel points, but please be respectful and keep in mind that your question may be refunded if it goes against our community guidelines or if the guest does not feel comfortable answering your question. So today we have our amazing DM, JuniorMonk. Welcome to the halftime show. How are you feeling?
I am actually kind of nervous. This is
You're kind of nervous?
a different format, but I'm excited.
Right? You're putting in the hot seat?
Yeah, I kind of do feel like I'm in the hot seat.
Don't worry. It's going to be great. It's going to be solid. You're going to do fantastic. All right. Are you ready? Ready for these questions?
I think so, yes.
All right. So just like before, we're going to start with a simple one first. What is your favorite food at the moment? It doesn't have to be of all time. This is just like in the moment.
Sure. So I am really into pho.
Oh, heck yeah.
And I just love that it's a gigantic bowl. It's like it's so much food and so much to drink. It warms the whole body, and you can watch anime, which is what me and Luna Bear are so into right now.
Heck yeah.
And as we're watching our anime, we're eating pho, and it's just been my favorite. Now, I'm a big carnivore. I love like tacos and fajita meat. Shout out to Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just something about eating pho where you kind of have to eat slower. It's a little bit more sophisticated, especially if you're trying to be quiet. So
right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm into pho right now.
Hell yeah. You know, just like a nice like father-daughter bonding time, and you just kind of like you eat your pho and you have like anime and you just chill. I bet it smells so good.
Yeah, I'm a big beef pho kind of guy, with lots of citrus. So I had lemon squeezes into that, or lime squeezes, and some soy sauce, and yeah, it's good. And it's got me on this kick as well, where I kind of want to make pho bowls.
Oop, I think you cut out. Your audio cut out.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Oh, you're back. Okay.
Sorry.
I can hear you now.
I was just saying that it also has me in the studio because I have this kick where I want to make pho bowls.
Oh.
Oh, did I cut out again?
Yes, you did.
No, don't tell me there's going to be technical difficulties.
Uh-oh. Technical difficulties.
No. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay. I'm afraid of moving right now.
I know. So, speaking of things that smell delicious, what is a scent that brings back good memories from your childhood?
Oh man, that is That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that comes to my mind is boot polish.
Boot polish.
Yeah,
All right.
So I grew up in the military. My dad was in the Army. And with him being in the Army, he was a military police officer. He always had to shine his boots. And I just remember that smell. And when I get a whiff of boot polish, it will remind me of the time we lived in Germany, and I was like 8 or 9 years old, and the countryside was beautiful, and we were riding bikes and skating, and I love living in that country, and that's what that reminds me of, is just my childhood.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so wholesome. Like, oh my gosh. I hope to travel to Germany one day, because I've heard like fantastic things about how beautiful it is and how you can just spend days in the same town and just like fully immerse yourself there, you know?
Yeah.
Take it all in.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you go for it.
I think Germany, especially nowadays, is a really beautiful country to go visit. They have great culture, and they're a lot friendlier to Americans nowadays. And you can hop on a train and you can visit 5 other countries like within a couple days. So yeah,
I think you cut out a little bit.
I think I'm cutting out in Discord, but not on the stream.
Not in the stream. Okay.
I
hope so.
I hope so too, honestly. Sorry, guys.
It's all good. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. So, some of you may already know this, but Monk makes pottery. Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Right? Like, what is your favorite clay piece that you've made this year?
Well, I made this piece. I don't know if you can see that. And if I take a big drink, you'll see what's underneath it. Take a look. I don't know if you saw it. Oh yeah, and the one that you're drinking from, I made that one too. I think right now, the pho bowls are my favorite. And also, I cut out these little divots for chopsticks to kind of rest on top of.
Oh my gosh. Amazing.
Come to find out, culturally, people where pho came from don't put chopsticks on top of their bowls. It's kind of... It's not classy, if you will. I don't care. I like it.
That is so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Hey, little tidbit. I love it.
Yeah.
We do have a question that came in from Puckwaji.
Oh, cool.
So, have the players thrown you any curveballs that significantly altered the track of the story so far?
Yes. Every episode, they have shenanigans that I have to adapt to. Here's what I love about Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons, every person at the table is a player, and that includes me as a DM. I get to play and have fun just as much as everyone else. So whenever me and the writers kind of gather together and we write, it's very loose of where we want the story to go, some of the big points we want to hit. But what ends up happening, what I call rendering, what ends up being rendered, a lot of times is not where we thought it would go. So a good example was Gaff and how he was treated, as well as his comrade. There was a whole story that we were going to follow. The reason why she was so quiet, and she was a drow, and I don't know why I can't think of her name right now, but it's because I put her behind my brain. But there was going to be a whole arc that we were going to follow with her, and it just turned out that she wasn't very cool, and neither was Gav, so we skipped it. So yeah, it was a curveball for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, they just kind of tore Gaff apart. I mean, I also did, so I'm kind of part of that problem, but you know what?
It's okay. I thought it's been fun. It's been awesome.
it's been fun to roll with the punches and just kind of figure out where the story is going to go.
Yeah, and when I first proposed this project to the cast and crew, the idea was going to be, let's do this for a year. Let's see if it takes off. Let's see if people like it and have fun with it. And in my mind, we were going to get through the content very quickly. And Lightning Hikaru actually made a comment during one of our team meetings last week of like, hey, I get we're trying to get to the end game by 1 year mark, but this is D&D. Just slow down, have some fun. And it's kind of an aha moment of, we have people that are following us, which is awesome. We have a few subscribers, and I love chat because it's interactive. So it's been really cool to kind of ad lib and take the story wherever it goes.
Heck yeah. We did have a question come in from Toxin and another one from Ransomed Pig. So from Toxin, what has been the hardest aspect of this project?
So I am still very nervous. I have never played in front of a crowd, and I've never done that before. So one of the things that I'm trying to figure out is how do you play a game and DM and host a stream and also interact with chat and with friends and followers. So one of the hardest aspects has been breaking that fourth wall. But it's been absolutely hilarious, and I love the shenanigans of, like, whenever chat interacts with the story. It's been awesome. But yeah, that's been one of the hardest aspects, is taking the sanctity of a D&D table, which is typically just for the players themselves, and opening that window to the world has been pretty difficult. But what hasn't been difficult is it hasn't been difficult logging in on Wednesday nights, doing all the graphics and the animations and stuff. Like, that has been super duper fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, good question. Thanks.
Yeah, the next one is from Ransomed Pig. What has been the most rewarding thing about this project so far for you?
Oh, man. Let me actually save that question. So if you go to our About page and you look at our About Us, like who we are, you're going to see something that it talks about inclusivity. It talks about storytelling. Even if one person happens to tune in, whether it's now or in a year or two, when they hear like, oh, have you ever heard of Gaming Related? A couple years ago, they did this D&D thing. Like, if one person sees that, they can play with friends, tell a story, and just make the most awesome relationships, then we've succeeded. So that's rewarding to me, is like someone who doesn't know how to play D&D, has never heard of it, hears about it through us and through this project. That's pretty freaking cool.
Heck yeah. Just having that like community and being able to inspire others to just, start a game or try a new thing, and having that inclusive space, that safe space.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Let's see. We have another one from Giggles. All right.
Refund it.
So, nope. Oh, do you feel comfortable answering this question?
I love Giggles to death.
All right. Which player is your least favorite? Now you have to answer.
Which player is my least favorite? Oh, shit.
Yep.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me? Are we breaking up a little bit? Okay. Let me preface this with, I love my players to death, but holy freaking shitballs, if default player can please stop breaking the fucking game by all of the shenanigans. There is no preparation one can do that will overcome default player shenanigans. And when he first pitched Robin to me, he's like, I'm gonna play this character who doesn't attack and doesn't really wield weapons. He's this old chubby guy with a mustache. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I'm kind of a buffer. I'll buff the team. And then I'll do a couple debuffs. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, like a dad. I love it. And then, like, I don't know if you remember or recall the fight against the Marrow, where he made one of the Marrow climb on the ship, walk to Mercy, and literally died giving her the pendant. I'm like, that's not part of the fight. So I hate Robin. I said it. I hate default player. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, sorry, I didn't mean I hate him. He's my
The truth comes out.
I'll never stop. I'll never stop.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? No, I think it's fun. I think it brings like, we're only level 4, but it makes the fight super epic, and I love when they answer my puzzles, right? They solve the puzzle. He's just really good at it.
Heck yeah. So, we are running out of time. So I'm going to ask you one last question.
Okay.
What is one of the scariest things that you've ever done?
Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I have two. One from when I was a kid, and one from being an older dude. As a kid, I used to skate, inline skate professionally, rollerblade. It was super freaking cool. Like, if Gaff, if we're this cool, he'd have rollerblades, right? Like, it's that kind of cool. But anyway, dropping in on a half pipe from the top. It's like 15 feet. You drop down, you come up on the other side. It's terrifying. It's like falling off a cliff with rollerblades. Now, the scariest thing I've done as an adult, 20 years later, is my daughter, who at the time was 11 years old. I let her swim across a lake with no floaties, just swim. We swam together, and you get to the middle of the lake, and you have maybe 300 or 400 meters left. That thought kicks in of, if she starts drowning, I'm not a lifeguard. I'm a chubby old guy. We're both gonna drown. And just kind of letting go and trusting that she was good at swimming. We had been swimming for the whole summer, and she made it. And she made it look easy. So yeah, being a dad, that's freaking scary.
That's scary. You know what? That's totally valid. Like, oh man. That went a totally different direction than I thought, but you know what? I am pleasantly surprised with that answer.
Good. Can confirm, is scary. Yes, swimming in open water is scary.
Oh yeah, thalassophobia, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
It's like deep water or something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up because we are way over time.
Sorry about that.
No worries. This is, you you told me I could go a little over time, so we're going. Let's see. All right. So thank you all for hanging out with us in the Fireweed Inn & Tavern. We want to take a moment to recognize those who popped in chat so far today and the followers gained so far in our 15th episode of Gaming Related. Now, please forgive me if I mispronounce your name. I'm going to try my best to get them right. So first up we have Boop the Raccoon, Mr. Mini Mopsy, Puckwudgie Mama Monko 1, Traveling Aria, welcome back, Aiko, RX Dandum, and the cast and crew. And Ransom Pig, thank you for the sub, and Giggles, thank you for the gift sub to Zassaro.
Giggles just did it again.
Antonio Giggles just did it again. Oh my goodness.
Thanks,
thank you, Giggles.
Giggles is the best. Giggles is my favorite.
Heck yeah. Giggles is the best.
How do you like that, Robin?
Oh my god.
Just kidding, sorry.
Your hate.
Just throw it in Robin's face, huh?
It makes me stronger.
Oh my god.
Right to jail.
Right to jail, right away. Alright, so those of you returning, welcome back. And to those of you new to Gaming Related, welcome. We're happy to have you all here. Before we direct your attention back to Monk and the Lead cast, don't forget to check out our social media platforms on TikTok, YouTube, Discord, and Twitter for clips, announcements, and other fun content. Thank you all for joining Monk and I for our 15th intermission show. Thank you so much, Monk, for joining as co-host for today's show. Really appreciate it. So we hope to see you all next Wednesday at the same time. Without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the second half of Gaming Related.